Let me say a pleasant good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
And I want to first give my strong support to both colleagues, Ronald Jones and Gabriel Graphic, for sterling presentations. Presentations that make a whole lot of sense.
That's right.
And that we need to take to heart in regards to how we attempt to manage some of the social ills that is now befalling Barbados.
True.
I feel very strongly, given that I would have grown up in Marshfield and in Brighton. I would have had a similar upbringing as Adriel and the Prime Minister, Ronald Jones' family, right around the bend. So we would have all had a similar type of stern upbringing by mothers and fathers who had a different value system, but a value system that that allowed us to grow with a sense of purpose, and allowed us to grow with a sense of understanding why it is that we need to contribute to Barbados and help develop the country. And so I feel very strongly in supporting what would have just been said, and I want to all of us to appreciate that it is our duty and our responsibility to make sure that we can pass those value systems to our children and to our grandchildren by whatever means necessary. However, I intend to talk some politics.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have tried my efforts best over the last 2 years to keep my mouth shut. And that is the honest to God truth. I didn't get involved in the bike business. But when somebody wants to get involved in mine, I will put on a different garb. And I intend this evening to set the record straight on the matter. And that matter was attempted in the House of Assembly on Tuesday by that long-dose assault James Central. I am not going to defend Minister of Finance. Chris can fight for himself. We are two good fighters. But I intend to stop him tonight. And I'm going to do it aggressively so that he understands that if he comes down that road again, he's going to see a completely different human being in regards to what I have to say to him. Right? He started out by saying how many properties Minister of Finance and David Estwick has, and attempted to cast some corrupt aspersions in the House of Assembly. But I want to tell this son of a brook something.
Go ahead.
I practiced medicine for a lot of years in this country. When I got in the House of Assembly, 2003, by 1997 I bought a house with 2 lots. I bought a Mercedes-Benz, I bought a Jaguar. Alright? Outside of that, because I had those things, I was in a position to save my money every single month. I don't spend my money on bullers, prostitutes, and pills. Somebody wants up on my back and sell me like a peanut at night. Don't tell them that. Lord come in Parliament and attempt to castigate money.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I save my money and I have a right to spend my money how I want to spend it. I spend my own money. I can stop all of you with this rubbish, because you seem to believe that every time a black man gets something about it, he must be a crook or criminal. Not me.
Expose them.
Look, outside of that, I hear the rumor about this massive property I'm supposed to have, a plantation, they say. But let me tell you the facts on this matter, right? I'm a politician, I ain't got nothing to hide, man. A young man from St. Philip built that property about 15, 20 years ago. sitting unoccupied, unfinished for years.
That's right. Yep.
Got into some challenges because of his business, failed and other things. I won't get into certain other matters. Came to me in a challenge, offered me to purchase the property. Recognizing the challenge in regards of finishing the property, you do what you normally do in real estate. I flipped the property to Intertech and the Silver who bought the property, who owns it, and I have a 10% interest in it. Is that illegal in Barbados?
No.
Am I not allowed to have investment in Barbados?
Yes.
Am I not allowed, if I choose and people in this country have confidence in me, to be able to lend me money or invest in me? Is that a crime in Barbados?
No.
I am not going to fucking code tell nobody.
Talk your talk, man.
Look, I just went to Republic Bank. I ain't gonna hide again. Go and ask Anthony, Mr. Waterman, who's the manager, 6 rows, to borrow what monies I require to buy what I need to buy in 6 rows and surrounding districts. So as a politician, therefore, I don't have to get involved in that type of rascality. Because that is what he attempted to do in the House of Assembly. And I intend to stop it tonight, because tonight the facts will stand for themselves.
That's right.
You, Kerry Simmons, go in the registry. Go in the registry and take corporate affairs and see who the shareholders inside there. You pimp. I am not going to allow you to start that with me. But you're going to bring another side of a battlefield that you don't want to see, Kerry Simmons. I never cut nobody can retire, never felt the cross to nobody else, never cut nobody can retire. We're talking the boy.
Talk your talk.
The next election is fight your election for me.
That's right.
So I know who to fight. Anytime you want to come.
War, man. Be ready. That's
Hold
right.
up.
We all know.
Oh my Lord.
You would keep it in here too.
I thought it necessary, yeah? For him to understand, and the others out there who looking to see what they can try to find.
That's right.
On us. But the members of the Democratic Party don't have to operate like you.
True. You work hard.
We have put our backs to the plow during a difficult set of circumstances.
Yes.
And we have a lot to show for them. And let me show you why I'm talking about, man. We came to office.
Talk.
Attorney General indicated about all the projects that were left language in St. Philip. Minister Jones will speak to the school that serves. Louders Plantation Housing Project. The housing projects at Searles, as well as the new mall and surrounding areas. All could not be advanced. A project in Merckx that fell apart. Sam Norris Castle, because they had no water. Who it is? And which party took the responsibility to bring 3 water mains? One from the Bell, from Bussa. One from Fort Charles to Searles. One from Providence, from Pretty Hill to Providence. That's the Ionex project that has been completed on time and under budget. So that those projects can proceed. And I can assure you that within the next 2 years, Mr. Jones will get on with what he has to get on with. He has in terms of that school. And the Attorney General will see the school at Auberry as well. Because we were able to do what we had to do to get the water in the areas.
That's right.
1985, the plan to build a Barbados Water Authority headquarters. We have water mains that were established 100 years ago. Thousands and thousands of miles of water mains. They sat down with millions of dollars of money.
Good word. Talk.
Yep.
Tell me what means Williamsburg, and you all can remember, that occurred in Barbados systematically and aggressively over the period of time. This is the first thing in Barbados that there has been a concerted and deliberate approach to deal with the water mains issue in this country.
That's right. You got a pipe there.
I lay a lot of pipe, boy.
That's right.
The matter is this. That project was designed in two phases. One called a package A. That is completed. And we did not do like the accused us of not giving small contractors the work. You know what the work? Graphic construction. Ajax construction, Hayden Archer construction, Franklin, and there's one other one. 5 small contractors dealt with the water mains lays in package A as a construction. The package B, we had to give the large contractor because it required sophisticated technology, underground tunneling, and it required work to be done in the Scotland district. So the small firm had the equipment or the capacity. That is why Infra from JADA got that work. And that work will be completed by the end of December. There's another project completed by that. And I'm opening the new headquarters next week Friday. And don't mind the talk. The project cost was $67 million and the project is coming in $65 million. And a spanking new facility up there. And let me explain to Barbadians why it was necessary. The Barbados Water Authority was operating from about 7 different locations in the country. Yeah. And at these 7 different locations, it meant we had to have 7 PBXs, 7 copying centers, 7 groups of mains and this and that. It meant that you could not coordinate the operations on the ICT infrastructure because it is disparate. And you're paying millions of dollars for every single one of those facilities you're renting. No. In the singular facility, you now have a single ICT interface that locks in your customer service with its inventory, with its ordering systems, financial management. All could be done in one location. And you now have an ICT infrastructure to manage the distribution. They put a SCADA system to manage all of the pipes around the country. How were you going to do that if you're around the country, 7 different locations? Could not be done. I ain't gonna look at no George. No. That is the reason why In 2009, that decision was taken by the cabinet to allow for the Barbados Port Authority to centralize its operations, upgrade its institutional structures, and to be able to provide better service across the country. But we had a bigger problem. And that problem was centered around another project, which had to do with 13,000 tongue country planning applications for development in Develop. All could not be advanced because of water. So what are we going to do? They're going to stop the development of the country? No! This administration developed the Develop water augmentation project. And I want to report tonight that as soon as we finish with the Barbados Water Authority headquarters launching on Friday, we are launching that project. Conclusion on Wednesday coming. And you can come and see the 3.5 million gallons of water spouting up in the air in the face. So that those 13,000 plus applications for development is developed can proceed. So we are not even nothing to hide about. In a challenging time, we have done the work that was there to be done. You remember the same one, Kerry Simmons was attacking me one day about the molasses tanks project. I would like to put him on the tanks. That's what they do. And the first one. So, the reality is this here. I have, because of my length and time in politics now, I have no fear of nothing. And no fear of nobody. Of nothing. Alright? But I'm not going to sit down and allow nothinarians to see and become mopsies.
That's right.
To talk rubbish when that rubbish can be corrected. Let me give you facts so you understand what the Democratic Party face. I was visited by the chairman of Goddard's Enterprises. They came and said to me, Minister, we have a crisis. We have almost no facilities to store molasses in this country. If the single molasses tank, because 2 of them had collapsed, fails, the rum industry in this country shuts down. That is $70 million gone. Okay? The Barbados Party had this information for 15 years before me. Okay? I then was approached by West Indies Rum Distilleries Limited, I think Mr. Hassel, who brought all of the files and information of the earlier discussions with members under the Barbados Party with that challenge, and they didn't like I. The Democratic Labour Party was therefore left with a crisis on hand, and in a difficult challenge, what are we going to do? We could not allow the rum industry to fail. We got 2 proposals in. One from Busy Williams. And Busy's proposal was to build 1 tank and repair 1. 1 already collapsing, got nothing. If the, that's why we went to school. If the 3 tanks were built at the same time, they contain the same molasses, and they are in the same environment, and 2 break up, 1 mash up. You don't think the other one mash up too? So I am supposed to build 1 tank. No. common sense would dictate that you create a project and build 3 proper tanks for the future stability of the market in this nation. That is what the Democratic Labour Party did.
It's all.
Now, obviously, at the time when the heat of the crisis, Basil Williams opted to offer 1 tank was $4 million plus VAT. A steel tank. We in Barbados already know about concrete tanks down in the ground. So in molasses, come on man, it doesn't even matter what the physics of how you stabilize above ground, it's weight. So because of that, we opted to construct 3 new tanks above ground. And I hear rubbish. So the tanks come, when the tanks break, they don't flood the whole foolishness. The fact of the matter is, 2 of the tanks are completed. 1 full of molasses. The second one is going to have its molasses in about the next 2-3 weeks. And we will start on the 3rd molasses tank. The Democratic Labour Party is doing what it has to do. And it was the first true public-private partnership in Barbados. Because the people who built the project went to Scotiabank, got the money. So they took the financial risk, they took the design risk, they took the construction risk, and the price came up to the same $4 million for each tank, and we still get a curse. So that is Kerry Simmons. See, that's the reason why he said why he had to say tonight, because he failed on both fronts. See, and I just want him to understand that when it comes again, Simmons come good. I beg you, I remember you when you were a DLB man, when you were part of the Young Democrats team, and you and my brother were good friends. I remember my mother feed you, but I'm sorry now. But let me tell you something, huh? Going forward, towards the next election, there are a number of critical things that we are doing to succeed. I still think there are a number of critical things that we need to do to ensure our success. You know, there are some who seem to believe that once you say what it is you see and how you interpret things, that it always means that you're looking to create issues or problems. That's not the case. The fact of the matter is that there's only one Barbados going forward, and the AG made it quite clear that whatever decisions we take must not redound to worsening the social and crime reality in Barbados.
Oh no.
And whatever situation we carry forward must better the social and economic development of Barbados going forward. And that's for all of us. Now, my honest opinion is that we need to escalate a lot of things that we are now doing. My honest opinion is that we need to forget some of these international agencies. We need to understand that a country that does not have the domestic financial wherewithal, and a country that has seen 7 years of essentially no economic growth. That them white facts, so the central bank love the facts. In order to evolve economic growth in a country, you can't wish for it. You can't sit down and hope that Europe turns around. You can't sit down and hope Latin America turns around, or Canada in recession. Yes. Brazil in recession. Venezuela in recession.
Mexico in recession. Russia in recession. The whole of Europe just grew 0.2%. The whole of the European Union. UK alone only grew 0.3%. Can you rely on them to pull you out? When they themselves ain't out? I say again that we need to forget some of these rating agencies. They already got you 6 notches below. Do what you got to do to come out. Get something you got to. And the way to get out of this hole is to have 6 or 7 critical large projects running concurrently. It is the only way you will create the aggregate demand that will drive the job growth and will allow the country to get its VAT, its excise taxes, and other revenues back to the budget. It cannot happen. It cannot happen, as it is not been happening, if you only use the budget tool, which is raising taxes and cutting expenditure. Cannot occur. And I hope my colleagues understand why I feel so strongly about this matter tonight, because time is running out. And I am unafraid to fight their elections. So, these are the things we need to do and get them done. Once we get them done, you will see the growth happening.
It's true.
If they come and tell you your debt to GDP too high, the one in Japan was 220%. But yet Japan went in a stimulus program to drive growth. In fact, Japan just went back in recession again last week. So you get back in recession again. Right? So the way forward is for us to understand rating agencies, what they're about. We are already 6 notches below investment grade. I would take 7 or 8. We don't have to go to the international financial capital markets for money. Use the diplomatic relationships, not only with China, but with Canada and any other group that will give us concessional funding. Take the debt for development purposes and let the economic growth bring the debt down over time. But if there's no growth, there's no turning around, there's no getting up this hole. And that is what we have to do going forward. I'm telling tonight, the Prime Minister so, the Central Bank Governor so, and my colleagues so. God, it is the truth. You see? And I hope that is what we do, more aggressively than we are now. We are on the right path, in that we are pushing projects hard, but we need to ratchet them up. Let me go get an example of what I mean. When Sandals was being constructed, out there, what they call it, in Dover, for the construction period, you probably had about, I think there were thousands of people there looking for jobs. But you could only employ 600 and something people during the construction period. After the construction period, how many people employed? So, if you got 12 to 16,000 people unemployed, the only way you can get the rate of employment is if you multiply the rate of job creation via project multiplication. And the biggest mistake that we will make, I hope we do not, is to think that it can be done only with large projects. We need a myriad of smaller projects scattered across the country, and preferably housing projects.
True.
And the reason for the housing projects is because each house will usually pull in for work 4 or 5 artisanal class persons. So if you had multiple housing projects, you can multiply out the work opportunity at a rapid rate. At a much faster rate than building a 200, 150 room hotel. Understand what I'm saying? Right? So, I am confident
that is the method, the strategy that we need to follow. As I said, we are on the path.
Yes.
We simply need now to put it on steroids. and do what we have to do to drive that growth process, and irrespective of what the international agencies may say, let us get our support, as financial support, through our diplomatic and other type trade and investment deals that we have with our partners. And if we do this, the Barbados Labour Party will be closed down on every front. Every single front will be closed down on.
True.
Because when you hear them talking in Parliament, all they keep saying is when they left office, what the unemployment rate was. When they were in office, what reserves you had, and so on and so on, right? But if you look at it, and you look at the number of major projects that would have been concluded under the Democratic Labour Party during the last 7 or 8 years, you concluded a large number of projects. So, I am happy that my colleagues and I, we have gone to develop new sectors outside of the tourism sector, which we have to support and build. We are developing a renewable energy sector. That's the right thing to do. I would want also going forward that we take full advantage of Barbados's geopolitical position as being the most easterly potential port coming across Africa. What that does is allow for us to be the first stop in a transshipment new model of a new sector across Latin America and also South America and North America. The same thing is true for transshipment hub in regards to tourist flights, and I think that we need to aggressively go after that sector and build it up, because we have the geopolitical position that we are not effectively using as a transshipment hub. I think adding that to the renewable energy sector along with tourism should be enough to pull forward the manufacturing sector and the agricultural sector along with the various linkages that we are trying to put in place. I think that this is the type of renewal of the Barbados economy in terms of its redirection and diversification that will make sure that the Democratic Labour Party wins the next elections hands down. I am going to do the best that I can, and where it is that I think that I need to be the lone wolf, if it happens to be, well, so be it. I have to say what I believe I have to say, but I think my colleagues understand what I'm saying. They've heard me with this on more than one occasion, and but I am confident that those adjustments, if we make them, we will transform Barbados in such a way that we will win the next multiple elections. I heard the Attorney General make a big point, yeah? And don't underestimate what the significance of what he's saying. When we look across at these guys, and we hear them get up and attempt to define positions and articulate ways forward and rationally think out how you're going to get to these various points and so on and so on. It just is not there. And that is the reason why they're fighting all it now. You know, and the reality is that somewhere along the line, you mark my foolish words, that little short man is a bigger, hide them up in some bush up there. Right? Because that confusion down there, or rather has to be somewhere in the bushes waiting. Yeah. Understand? So it is for them to fight out their business, and it is for us to get on with our projects and get on to do what we have to do in the